of the 2011 Hospitality Industry Success Index. That's very hard to say, so the HISI report. First of all, I'd like to thank Nick from Malt for hosting us tonight. Malt Bar here tonight is one of the really exciting shining lights of the Brisbane hospitality scene. So a fantastic location and a fantastic business. We're really excited tonight to be offering some great research to the hospitality industry. So I'd like to call on our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Charles Gregory, to say a few words and formally launch the report. Charles.
Thank you, Damien, and my welcome to Damien's. Earlier I was having a chat to Nick and just recognise for a moment a fantastic location this is for us to do this. I don't know if you're aware, but this is the original Brisbane Market building, and from 1864 to 1866 the Brisbane Markets essentially ran out of this building where boats would come down the river, offload produce into this very room that we're standing in, and we'll go from there. It's only lasted 2 years and now outgrew the space apparently, and then it moved up to Rome Street. So it's quite nice in a way to recognise that cycle of what's happened where there would have been a lot of fresh produce in at some point, and today it's turned into what I think is a fabulous high-end and sophisticated dining option in Brisbane. I think Nick's done a fantastic job. Today we're launching the HISI report, the second year that we're launching it. The first year was in 2010 and we're launching today the 2011 HISI, and that coincides with Silver Chef's 25th anniversary as well. And we've been in the industry now for 25 years providing equipment financing to literally thousands of clients around Australia, thousands of restaurants, cafes, bars, just like this. This will be with Nick. And what we find with the HISI report is it's an opportunity for us to really give back to the industry that's supported and helped Silver Chef have the success that it has. But certainly it's been a partnership in terms of providing critical funding that we see all hospitality businesses require. In 2009, we financed 4,933 hospitality businesses of various sizes and forms, and it's that group of clients that we've used to establish the HISI report for this year and have a look at how those businesses have tracked over the last almost 3 years now. What we found in the HISI report is that the key success factors are in a way quite similar to what we saw in the initial HISI. Certainly product, and by that we mean the offering of the hospitality business is so important. The person that's running it, that obvious charisma and passion that you would need to run a successful hospitality business. It is so much about the owner and the people that work there. Certainly working capital, and that's where Silver Chef has managed to play a significant part in the success of those businesses. And last but not least, I suppose, the equipment, and that's making sure what's in the back, in the kitchen, that most patrons never see, is well suited and geared towards delivering the outcome that hospitality business is aiming for. And again, that's where Silver Chef plays a key role in terms of providing the funding for that, which can often be quite an expensive part of the overall setup of a hospitality business. It's interesting to note, and I'm sure we're all in the hospitality industry. We've got people that write blogs and Clubs Queensland in the franchise sector. And I don't know if you are similar to me when you're talking to people that are outside of the industry and you around a dinner table or a barbecue, ask them, well, what do you think the failure rate is of restaurants or hospitality outlets? And out of 20, the number you often get is somewhere I think between 7 or 10 probably fail in the first year, they would think, and in some cases you actually get a figure quoted quite higher than that. The reality is what we've seen in the HISI report again this year is that there's over a 90% success rate of hospitality businesses, and we've seen in businesses that we funded in 2009, over 90% of those businesses are still successful and we're defining success in that they're open, they're trading, and the vast majority are running thriving businesses. So we think if you've got the key ingredients right, the right owner, the right menu, the equipment, and of course that critical working capital funding for your equipment, that's what leads or adds to the probability of a much higher successful outcome than if you don't have those four ingredients correct. Having said that, we do recognise it's not all about the funding, and there's other factors that we saw come out of the statistics or other observations we could make. And some of those are in terms of experience and the age group, and these are fun ones. The age group of people that are successful in the hospitality industry, and certainly this year we saw the baby boomers are right up there again in terms of running successful hospitality businesses, but closely followed by Generation X and Generation Y, which is pleasing to see. And the trend that we've seen there is that the gap between the different age groups is closing in terms of the relative success that they have in business. On the equipment side, a couple of observations there, and this surprised me a bit because I perceive the general Australian to be very health conscious and mindful of what they eat and drink, or how much of it. And what we saw is that fryers, deep fat fryers, grills, and coffee machines were the top three categories of equipment that we financed in that 2009 year. So it probably looks like Australia's appetite, insatiable appetite for caffeine, a well-grilled steak and something deep fried on the side is all alive and well within the hospitality industry. Tonight, as I said, is an opportunity for Silver Chef Limited to give back to the industry, and the HISI report, we feel, does a fantastic job of that and adds to that knowledge base of what is essentially a successful industry within Australia. It certainly has its challenges, as all retail type operations do at current times, but what we're seeing, if anything, is that a well-managed business, the right four key ingredients, particularly working capital, is certainly set up to be a success. Am I unveiling a HISI report now?
Now officially.
Would you like to, Charles? Because do you feel the need?
We did this this morning, nothing to unveil, and I just realised as I was talking I had nothing to unveil. Wind the clock back 2 minutes, and I'm now unveil to you the 2011 HISI report. Thank you for coming.
And with the coffee, obviously, for everyone to take tonight, obviously, please join us now for a drink and some refreshments, and thank you for coming.